Independent developers say they want to hire SAG-AFTRA members, but their budgets stop them from qualifying under the Traditional Interactive Media Agreement, or IMA. Good news. We've created a new tiered budget agreement for interactive projects so our members can work with smaller budget storytellers and indie developers. Introducing the Tiered Budget Independent Interactive Media Agreement. The Tiered Budget Agreement includes 4 tiers based on the game's budget. Tier 1 is for projects with a budget of $250,000 up to $1 million. Tier 2 is $1 to $5 million. Tier 3 is $5 to $15 million. Tier 4 is $15 million to $30 million. Projects over $30 million are covered under the Traditional Interactive Media Agreement, or IMA. If your project is below $250,000, send an email to interactive@sagaftra.org for help getting started on your project. What does all-in production budget mean? An all-in production budget includes all expenses the employer incurs in creating the game. This does not include marketing expenses. Rates for the Tiered Budget Agreement. In the Tiered Budget Interactive Media Agreement, rates are discounted depending on the tier level. Please note the rates reflected here do not include the health and retirement contribution, or fringes, which is an additional 17%. You can find the full rate sheet at sagaftra.org/interactive tiered rates. Health and retirement contributions. Contributions under the Tiered Independent Interactive Media Agreement go to the SAG-AFTRA benefit plans. The 17% contribution rate is on top of the performer rate. This is paid directly to the SAG-AFTRA plans. The SAG-AFTRA plans are a separate organization from SAG-AFTRA. More info can be found at sagaftraplans.org. Who is covered under the Independent Tiered Budget Agreement? On-camera performers, including movement and performance capture, and off-camera performers, like voiceover, are covered under this agreement and qualify for the tiered budget rates. Singers, dancers, stunts, and background are also covered under this agreement, but they do not qualify for discounted tiered budget rates, which means you can hire any of those performer categories at the full independent IMA rate. If you have any questions about performer rates, please email interactive@sagaftra.org. Additional compensation. The residual structure under the Tiered Budget Agreement is called additional compensation. These secondary compensation payments are based on units sold, subscriber, or download count. That way, the performers can share in the profits of highly successful games to compensate for their discounted session rates. Additional protections under the Tiered Budget Agreement. Performers now have generative AI protections that include informed performer consent, compensation, and usage reporting for transparency. For more details on the AI protections, check out the contract bulletin and other great information at sagaftra.org/interactive-FAQ. Vocally and physically stressful work. The Tiered Budget Agreement has limitations around vocally stressful or physically stressful work. Vocally stressful sessions are limited to 2 hours at the discounted tiered rate, and physically stressful work cannot exceed 8 hours and must be paid at the full independent IMA rate. EMTs on set. Set medics with EMT credentials are now required for all rehearsals and performances where hazardous or stunt work is performed. The Tiered Budget Agreement is part of the Independent Interactive Media Agreement. They are not separate. The Tiered Budget Agreement's discounted rates is the only difference between these agreements. All provisions and protections within the Independent Interactive Media Agreement apply to Tiered Budget Agreements. Also, Tiered Budget Agreement has improved upon and replaced the Interactive Low Budget Agreement. Any employers or members still working under the Interactive Low Budget Agreement that have questions can contact interactive@sagaftra.org. We're excited to have this new Tiered Budget Independent Interactive Agreement available to all of our members and partners in the interactive community. The Tiered Budget Independent Interactive Media Agreement is not impacted by the strike against signatories of the Interactive Media Agreement and will continue in effect until at least December 31st, 2026. To sign up your project, visit sagaftra.org/tiered interactive application. Thanks for watching.